Hello, everyone, and welcome to Canada CPA Online Academy. So, I'm getting a lot of questions related to time management. So, day 3 time management, I'm not able to do it. 2 AOs are remaining, 3 AOs are remaining. How to manage it better? What is required to be done? So, I'm um, trying to give you some pointers for that. So for day 3 time management, the very important aspect of that is identifying the traps that are in the cases. Now we are going to see some traps in the cases and then learn how to identify them, how to avoid them, and how to manage them successfully. Okay, so if you are new here, please like, share, subscribe the channel, spread the word, share it with your friends, share it with your WhatsApp group. I upload the CFE preparation videos every week, and I'm just on a social mission to help all the CFE writers to help them in their preparation. So back to our topic for today, the traps in the case. So what do I mean by that? Now, if you see the example here, you will see that this is the case elder care, and the AO was to prepare a 3-year cash flow with the adjustments. Now, the cash flow has, if you see, all these adjustments, and all these are the calculations for the adjustment. So it has around 20 adjustments to be done to complete this cash flow perfectly. Now note, 20 adjustments to do it perfectly, but a perfect solution is not required. Again, I'm saying perfect solution is not required. What you need to do is, so you will get the feedback guides when you go through the capstone 2, and go through that feedback guide, and now see, when you're doing this case, all these are the adjustments required. Now check for that AO, what is the requirement for C. Now the C, it says the candidate provides a reasonable, note reasonable, not perfect solution, a reasonable 3-year cash flow projection. Yes on 3 years and yes on calculation component. So remember here, it is important to do the 3-year projection. You can't do 1 year perfectly and then leave the rest too. You will get no on that and you will reach back to RC. So 3-year, doing all the 3 years is important. And yes on calculation component. Now calculation component is all these 20 adjustments. But to get a yes in here, what is required is 10 reasonably calculated. Again, note reasonably calculated adjustments. So out of 20, only 50% of the adjustments are required here in this AO. Now, you will say that you won't know in the actual exam that how many are required. Here it is only 50%. But overall, if you keep noticing these type of pattern and adjustments, you will notice that almost 60 to 75% of the adjustments are only required to get you a C. So if this was the 10 was the requirement, then if you do 12 or 13, you should be easily able to score a C on this AO. Now, always keep some margin, because maybe you're not doing some adjustment correctly or something goes wrong. There is an error, so you might not score. So always do a little bit more than 70% so that you will. But what I'm trying to say is, don't you're not required to go or do 100% of the adjustments in the on all the quantitative parts of the calculations. Now you will ask me, how will I decide which adjustment to pick? Now there are 3 important elements. First, there are some adjustments that are required to be done that will be used for other AOs, or some decision making is related to that AOs. Like for here, there was a grant calculation that was required to be done based on this calculation of the revenue and the grant clawback and things like that. So you can't skip those adjustments because you are as it is required to do those calculations for your next AO. So First, identify which are those adjustments that you will be required that will be required again for the second AO, third AO as well. So those are the must. Next, go materiality basis. Like if in an actual life, real life scenario, if you're a CPA and you're doing a cash flow projection, would you be considering how much is the utility, how much are the supplies, like those small amounts of $100, $200? It is not going to impact materially on your decision making as such. But if you don't revenue, definitely it's going to affect your whole cash flow. So think from that perspective, that which are the material adjustments, either by amount or by its significance in the whole quant or projection or cash flow or whatever you're doing in that. So once you identify that, do those adjustments. And now this thinking has to be very quick, that okay, these many are the adjustments, these are material, I'm going to choose these three, I'm going to leave some space and I'll come back to it if there is a time. Okay, so this is an example of a quant trap and how to avoid that quant trap. Now, if you have done all, you will get a CD, but any CD is going to be costing you somewhere else. Keep that in mind. Now, we'll see another example. Okay, this is another case. Now, this is an example of a qualitative trap. Now, what do I mean by that? That there are just so many factors given that can be used as a pro, as a con. So if you're making make or buy type of decision, or any product launch, or a strategy and governance type of decision, board member, he is good, he's that, and all these type of cases, AOs you will see. And there is just too much information given which you can use as pro and cons, or advantages, disadvantages. It might be in strategy and governance. Sometimes it comes as the management accounting qualitative part. So again, take a moment, take a break there, stop, think how many adjustments are given, like how many factors are given, what is exactly required. So if you're here, you will see the advantages are few, but disadvantages are a lot. So if you keep writing all this, you'll be having a perfect CD AO, but it is going to cost you in other AO because you will run out of time and you will not be able to finish this case, or this case would run into delaying the next case that you're writing on day 3. So now let's see the feedback guide for this case. Okay, here. So this is a strategy and governance. Advantages are only 3 and 2 are required to get a yes on this part of the advantages. So out of 3, 2, that is 75%. And disadvantages, there are eight disadvantages. And how many are required? Only 2. See, this is what I'm talking about. So if you keep on babbling and writing down about all these 8 disadvantages, you're never going to finish the case. That's exactly what I did. If you see, I have written 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 disadvantages. I got a C. Sorry, I got yes on everything, and oh, I got a CD on this AO. But again, when you get a CD somewhere, that means you're wasting too much time on that AO, and then it might, if you're able to do it within that 6-7 minutes of allotted time, well and good. But I haven't seen such a fast typer, like typing speed yet. So if you're investing so much time in this AO, then definitely it is going to affect you on some other AO. So your aim should be to identify these contracts, and based on your when you're solving the cases, debriefing the cases, look at this point, how many were identified, how many were required to score a C. And once you start getting a judgment of how much to write and how much is required, then your answers become faster, efficient, and it moves towards C. And then you'll be able to better manage your time and complete all the AOs within that time. And hope this is helpful for your case writing practices, and leave any questions in the comments if you have. Please give a like, share, subscribe to this video, to this channel, and let me know if you have any questions. Until next time, thank you.